Fantastic. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. Now, before we crack on with the main thing that we're going to be doing this episode, since last time, well, you know what happened last time? Last episode we went to the moon, we hopped around, we got a load of science and came back. Well, Bill has been to Minmus. So here we are in the tracking station, and if we go, well, we've got debris all over the place, but apart from the debris, there we are, the Science Lander Mark III, currently on the dark side of the planet. If we go and fly it, we will see, here it is, in the middle of the ocean. There's Bill, no, Bob, sorry, Bob, not Bill, wrong person. Hello, Bob, sorry I called you Bill. Our scientist Bob went to Minmus, hopped around, got a load of science, and he come back and landed in the ocean. Let's recover him and see what he brought back with him. Okay, so what have we got? Whoa, wow, look at that! 1,145.9 science. That's a lot of science. I wasn't expecting that much. I was hoping for like 600 to 800. As you can see, we went to the poles of Minmus. We went and did stuff high in space over Minmus. We did stuff, what was that? In space near Minmus. We did it from the lowlands. We did it from the Midlands. We did it from the Greater Flats. We didn't get everywhere, but poles, Midlands, lowlands, Greater Flats, and space, we got a load of data, including temperature scans, mystery goos, material space, surface samples, and EVAs. Right, well, what are we going to do? Well done, Bob, with all that research. Let's go have a look. In the composites, we get like more beams and structural panels and bigger protective shells. Also an inline clampetron, could be useful. High altitude flight. High altitude flight allows us to get, what's this? An adjustable ramp intake, another intake, a big cockpit, adapters, monopropellants and fuselages with rocket fuels and stuff as well. Cargo bays and a crew cabin, but no real engine that's going to make us really get that high and get things sorted out. We could go into the heavy aerodynamics, and that would give us the ability to make these massive, massive aircraft. But again, hang on, there's a turbofan engine. That might make it be able to haul things long distance. Was there an engine in here? No, there's no engine. We really need this hypersonic flight, which we'd need to unlock the next stage with, so that's no good either. Heavy landing, well, that kind of comes in with the heavy aerodynamics, I think. Science tech, surface scanning modules. Now that'd be good to have, because then we can look at things like the convertitron and the drill-o-matic, but we can't do that until we upgrade our space center, so not really much use yet. Unmanned tech, we get a new probe, which is skinnier, prograde, retrograde, and radial, normal, and hold. That would be good to have. And what we got down here, high-powered electronics, big solar arrays, massive solar batteries, fuel cells, and some other thermal things. Well, we've got to spend it on something. I want to get this kind of hypersonic flight, so we're going to have to build towards that at some point soon. Metamaterials. I really want that engine, but it's going to cost us an absolute fortune to get there. So I think what we'll do, for now, we'll get the high-powered electrics, we'll get the unmanned tech, and that leaves us just short of being able to get a 300 one, but to be honest, I'm thinking maybe these smaller engines might be useful on some satellites and stuff, but I think let's save them. We don't have to spend everything. Oh, nuclear propulsion. I do want that. I do want to get to nuclear propulsion. So we're going to get the fuel systems, which will unlock the nuclear propulsion, which we need more science for, but that's okay, because we are going to be going further than we've ever gone before. We're going to try and go to another system. Let's have a little zoom out. We've got Kerbal, we've got the moon, we've got Minmus, which of course is orbiting the sun. There's the sun. Just one in from Kerbal, if we bring ourselves from a top view and focus on the sun. Just one in from Kerbal, we have Eve. One from Eve, we have Moho. Just one out from Kerbal is Duna. We've been to the Duna system before. If we go out a little bit more, we get is that Diriz, Jool, and Evlu. Now Jool sounds cool. If we have a closer look at Jool, let's see what Jool's got. Jool's got several different satellites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 moons, the Jool system. I'd love to be able to go there. Now, Jool itself, I don't know a lot about Jool. Maybe I need to do a quick Google. Okay, and in a blink of an eye, I am back after doing some reading up about this place. I now know that this is a very thick atmosphered gas giant. This system is going to require an interplanetary ship of monumental size to allow for my mistakes, because I will make mistakes. We want to get our Kerbals here safely. We want to be able to take them back. So in order to do that, we need to build something that is so huge we've never built anything like it before. And something of that size has got to be taken up in orbit in parts and stages. And I'm thinking that maybe we need to start it off as a space, kind of an orbital space center, and work out exactly how we're going to do that. So we don't know if these satellites are going to be any good or not. I suspect they're probably not, so I'm going to have to redesign them at some point. But let's leave them in our bullet top for now and focus back on this, our command pod. Now, I'm going to move these parachutes, the drogue chutes, back in a bit. We're going to take off this top level because we're doing some testing. And then the main chutes, we'll put a pair of beneath, there and there. And we're going to fire this up and bring it back down again. And we're going to do it quite harshly, but we're going to do it unmanned still. We're not animals. We're not going to be testing these poor Kerbals. Actually, I need to be able to disconnect that. Let's do that one. There we go. I just need a little probe on the top so I can control it without anybody being in there. Let's do this one. And just because it's probably going to spin itself all over the place and go into the ocean, winglets. Brilliant. It's like some sort of command pod missile. All these staging's in the wrong order though. We want the engine to go first, then it to separate. We've got 2 lots of different chutes there. We want these ones to come in after those ones. Right, let's give this a try. So our satellites may or may not be any good. I need to look at them a bit more, but hopefully this return unit is brilliant. Jebediah, Bill and Bob are all here for the test. Guys, you weren't supposed to be here. Get back inside. It's meant to be an unmanned test. An unkerbaled test. There we are. That's better. They're back in probably the astronaut complex. So let's see if we can get this fired straight up into the air. SAS on. Max power doesn't matter. Let's keep an eye on the fuels. Away we go. Good. Right. Hopefully these fins will keep it going straight up. Okay, so now we're past 500 meters per second. I think it's about time we started making this thing go sideways. We don't want to re-enter directly flat. And it's so difficult to get this thing to turn because the air's getting thinner and these wings aren't moving much. I'm hoping that in the higher... Oh my goodness. Okay, this... Ah, well. It's out of fuel now, so we'll ditch it. Right, so this pod's got to go up and back down again. How far is it going? To 138,000 meters. This is not going to be a very good landing, I don't think. I'm glad there's... Oh! Oh, there's only parachutes on one side. Well, this isn't going to be a very good test. I wonder if we could open the drogue chutes now and use them... No, we would die. Okay, let's see what will happen. So we're going to go up and we're going to back down again. Okay, we're going to turn SAS off and allow the craft to right itself in any sort of manner it so chooses. And we are going too fast to deploy chutes. Too fast to deploy chutes. We're running out of time. I should have gone sideways a lot earlier on in this expedition. We are slowing down very quickly though. We can do it at 400. We might just get it with drogue chutes. 4,000 and drogue chutes. Oh, normal chutes. Wow. Okay. That's very good. And we had half the amount of chutes that I thought we needed. So if we can survive that, we can survive pretty much any. That worked okay, so let's just get rid of all this. So we know at least our command pod is fine. Let's take that off and put 2 on. Put 2 on. Oh no, not 4. I only want 2 of them and 2 of them. What the flip? Oh, one of these isn't right. This one? No, it's this one. We only want 2, not however many there was. There, right. Now this will survive a re-entry back to Kerbal. That's all good. Right, well at least we got one bit of our Jool rocket right. Now I'm thinking we're going to need a massive midsection here for lots of really cool stuff. That's probably where we're going to actually keep the probes. Maybe we could take up a cargo bay of some description. Do we have any cargo bays? We don't. Don't have any cargo bays. That's not good. Rechargeable battery banks. I would like this ship to actually be able to fly around, pick up fuel from the main ship in the system and fly back again. So we need to give it a separator, of course. There we go. So the main decoupling can happen when required. That is the return to Kerbal. Now we need the general flying around. No, that's too small. I want the big fat one. No, that's even tinier. There we go. So can we make this be able to fly around and land on the different areas, different moons? Maybe we can visit all the moons with this craft. That'd be quite a challenge to do. Well, if we use these landing struts, I mean, that doesn't seem too impossible. What sort of engines have we got here? We've got these liquid fuel engines that we could put on the side. I don't know how many of them we would need, really. I mean, 4 does look cool, so maybe it has to be 4. Where's the landing legs? Landing legs, landing legs. Where are my landing legs? Wrong section. There we go. Now, our Kerbals will need to be able to get up and down, so the big fat ladder needs to be in operation. We only need 1. So, 1 fat ladder. Okay, let's open that up. Okay, we need to test that to make sure our Kerbals can get up and down. So, retract ladder. We'll leave the landing legs for now. And let's see if we can get in and out of that rocket. We need some Kerbals. Volunteers, Jebediah, you give it a go. Brilliant. So this is essentially our multi-lander at the minute. Jebediah is going to try and get out on an EVA, so let's extend the ladder and say EVA. So there he is. Ladder is extending. Now, can he transfer to the ladder neatly? Yeah, it's quite a nice little transfer. All the way down to the bottom. Brilliant. Let go. Come on. So he can get off, walk around. Come. Oh my goodness. Jeb, are you alright? That was one hell of a headbang or whatever you did there. Now, I don't know what the atmosphere is like on a lot of these places, but perhaps, seeing as we've got the lander here, we should try doing a little takeoff and landing. Well, that works. Oh, right, okay, that bit works. Okay, alright, let's initialize the engines and give it a burn. SAS system on, please. Legs in. Now, these are vectored engines, so they seem to have a lot of thrust, but I'm using a lot of fuel very quickly. Even at these low sort of altitudes, I would be a little bit worried I wouldn't get all the way to where I wanted to be and back. Like you'd have to come sideways, do a big burn, get in an orbit, circularize your orbit. Let's put ourselves retrograde and see if we can actually stop ourselves from dying. Okay, yeah, I did that too much. See if we can do a landing here. Look, I'm whizzling round. Jebediah, you're doing alright actually on this one. Yeah, this craft is actually quite manoeuvrable. It's just the amount of fuel that I'm worried about. So maybe we need some additional fuel tanks. Come on. Let's have a nice little landing to end the episode. When I said nice little landing, I didn't mean break all your landing legs. Okay, Jebediah, that wasn't too bad. Let's go back. So this lander certainly has the throttle that we need, and it certainly has the re-entry capabilities to curbing that we need. It'll need some science, but what we can do is we can add the science up here like this. We can put the atmospheric jobby thingy on the top here. Probably not there because we'd end up blocking something. We'd need to eject that. We'd need to be able to eject the science section because ready for re-entry like this. So that's okay. We can put that there like that. Put the rest of the science on, like the mystery goo. Put it on the side. Round this side we can put the thermometer. If we just turn it around, there we go. We'll get the seismic accelerator. That's going to be cool to use sometime a little bit more soon. And of course our, is that a barometer? Pressure barometer. So we've got all our science jobbies up here on the top, so we can do our science whilst we're there. If we land on a place where we need to get up this high, it might be worth adding a second ladder just in case, like here. Now if we do that, it means that our Kerbal can then get up to the top and at least walk around up here. Is it bad to put the science up there? it might be really quite bad to put science up there. We'll have to look at that in some episode soon. And then, of course, we'll have a docking port on the top, like this. And that docking port will allow us to dock with the mothership and take on more fuel. I'm still a bit concerned that this vessel doesn't have enough fuel. So maybe if we take these landing legs off... Oh, I just had an idea. And get barrels on the side like this. Oh, yes. That increases our fuel capability. It does make us heavier. But then we can add more landing legs. Like loads of them. Like this. And like this. Now that... Oh, hang on. Aerodynamic. Aerodynamic. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. I wanted the wonky one. When I've finished, let's just rotate that a little bit more. Now that's a lander. The only problem is that the Kerbals can't get down because the extra stuff's in the way. Would that even take off and land properly? Just about takes off. On Kerbin. My theory is if it works on Kerbin, it's going to work on moons. Although the fuel would need to be fed into this middle canister. We need some fuel cables. Yeah. That looks all good to me. We just need to land it now. Just need to land it. Full power! No, not full power anymore. Deploy parachutes. Yay! We survived. Right, okay. And the last test of the day. Can I transfer the fuel from this barrel up here into these side barrels down here? If I hold Alt, they can both come up. Yes, I can. Okay, I was worried that these little fuel flow pipes would not allow those barrels to go in that way. But I am filling it up with this barrel from the top, which we should be able to then ditch and then fire up the engines. Because all these down here I emptied. But that top one is now... Alright, it's not quite empty yet, hang on. There we are, that top one's now empty. So we're going to decouple. And can we wiggle it off? No, it's just stuck there. Jebediah, can we ignite our engines? Yes, we can. I mean, I didn't mean to ignite them that much, but yes, refueling works. So our lander works in terms of landing on a surface and carrying loads of fuel. These rockets are more than enough to be able to lift and maneuver this lander. The return capsule can survive pretty much any re-entry back into Kerbin. We can feed fuel from up here in this docking port. That's all good. We might need to move the sites around, and we're going to have to think about how we're going to get our Kerbins down from there. Perhaps if we move the ladder to here, we'd be able to get them to go round or something like that. I'm not quite sure. It's going to be a little bit difficult to figure that bit out. Perhaps a little ledge or platform that they can then climb off. I'm not sure. We'll figure... Ooh. He says we'll figure it out, and then he has an idea. What if we put the ladder in like this, and then extend it, but we rotate it like that? Would that work? Let's give that a try. Okay, so the last test of today is whether we can get out of this hatch down here and down this ladder that's slightly sticking out and then maybe get back onto it. I don't know if we'll be able to grab ourselves back down again. One would hope with the slightly lower gravity of the moon we would be able to do that. And down. Okay, so we're down. Brilliant. But can I grab it to get back up again? Not really. Even with a jump? Ah, look. We can just go jump and grab. Jump and grab. Jump and grab. Oh. It looks like it's just a little bit too far away for us. Oh. Get up. Get up, Jeb. Okay, let's try... Let's try getting our RCS. There we go. Thrusting upwards. Jump in and grab in. Yeah! Okay, so we can do it on Kerbin. If we can do it on Kerbin, we can do it on any of the moons. Brilliant. Well, there we go, folks. It's coming along quite nicely. I'm really not sure about this science being up here, but it is quite a hefty lander. But this is going to be a very hefty mission. We've done a lot of prep, we've done a lot of testing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do in the future. Thanks for watching, everybody. Any thoughts, ideas, questions, and of course, those tips. If you've got any tips about this mission, pop them down in the comment section below, and I will see them all, and we'll work on this again next time. Thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.